Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Kindred Souls of Brooklyn and Sarasota. And folks, when we think of Spectro Magic, we often think of this. And we absolutely don't think of this. But it was during a tropical storm like the one we're going through now, Tropical Storm Debbie, that all of the SpectroMagic floats, well, 80% of them were lost because they were stored improperly by Disney. So tune into the video, tell you a little bit about it, and a little bit of history on SpectroMagic. So I hope you enjoy the video. So you would say to yourself, with a parade as beloved as SpectroMagic, remember, SpectroMagic ran for almost 20 years. It started in 1991, and it had a little brief intermission where they stopped it, and then they put it back in, but it ran the greater part of 20 years, up until about 2011. So you say to yourself, Disney does put parades away, and they do bring them back again. So you say to yourself, how in the world could a company with so much land, now you say to yourself, how much land does Disney have? Because with a property as big as Walt Disney World, let me show you how big the property really is. You'd say, why couldn't they store these floats properly? So how big is Walt Disney World? Walt Disney World in Central Florida covers 43 square miles of land. Within this massive plot of land is 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, more than 34 hotels and resorts, a large shopping district known as Disney Springs, 4 golf courses, a massive private transportation network, which if Disney was a city, they'd be the 5th. They've got like over 400 buses. They'd be 5th in the number of buses for cities. Walt Disney World is 25,000 acres big. That makes Disney World the size of 2 Manhattan Islands. Let me tell you, coming from that area, being born in Brooklyn, that's a very big area. And lastly, for those California viewers or viewers worldwide, Disneyland is roughly 500 acres. That means you could fit about 51 Disneylands inside of Walt Disney World. So it seems almost incomprehensible that these floats would be destroyed, but that's exactly what happened in 2013. Disney has a very big storage area right behind Tomorrowland, and it's kind of like where Disney University is. It's definitely where Disney University is. It's a place called Facilities Way. It's where they've got a big laundry. They've got Disney University back there. They've got the monorail roundhouse. They store the steam engines there right in the roundhouse right below the monorails. Facilities Way has all kinds of like their electrical shops and their contractor shops and their wood shops. It's where all the signs are made. It's where all the Christmas decorations and Halloween decorations are stored. It's just incredible how large this area of property is. I'll show you here on a map as to where Facilities Way is. Having worked for the company, I'm going to say that all the pictures I put up are from the internet. So as a cast member, you're not allowed to take photos backstage or anything. And I do want to work for the company again one day. I've worked for the company for a really long time. I haven't worked for them in a little bit, but overall, probably about 8 years between my time at the Disney store in Manhattan and mostly my time working at the Magic Kingdom in guest relations and in the security roles. So let me show you this map here and show you what we're talking about, where they stored these. So essentially what happened was Disney put the floats back in around Facilities Way, which they put some inside, some outside, and they kept them there for a very long period of time, basically just under tarps. And obviously the Florida weather is very harsh. It really wasn't the best decision because SpectroMagic was, to me, the best parade ever. Main Street Electrical Parade, probably a lot of people's favorites, but because I worked guest relations during SpectroMagic, one of my jobs was to be at SpectroMagic every single night. So for about a year and a half, I watched the parade probably like 5 or 6 times a week. So really loved that parade, and so did a lot of people. And I would have loved to seen that parade come back again, because a lot of times Disney will retire a parade and bring it back again. But in this case, unfortunately, over 80% of the floats were destroyed. And unless they rebuild that parade, which is probably never going to happen, they are working on a parade. Disney has to really make some epic moves, if you pardon the pun. Epic Universe is going to be opening up from Universal in 2025, and Disney's not really in a position to pivot to combat that. So they are going to come up with a parade, I believe, that's going to be kind of like the one they have in California, where during the day it'll be a day parade, and then at night they could light it up, which is probably pretty smart. It's one parade. But as far as Spectro Magic goes, it's a real shame because I love that parade. The music was fantastic and just holds a special part in my heart. And I think for a lot of people too. I would have to, being it ran for over 20 years. So who knows? Anything can happen. It is Disney. So if the money is there, they could rebuild it if they wanted it to. But I guess like so many other things in life, it's going to live in our heart permanently with love. And there's so many people out there who have filmed the parade. The film is, the parade is certainly available on film in probably a billion locations. So you'll always be able to see it and hear it. The soundtrack was magnificent. So I hope you enjoyed that little insight into Spectro Magic, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for subscribing.